The following prophecies, which also came in the form of dreams and visions, I classified them under healthcare because they had to do with deception in the healthcare system. On the 4th of November 2021, so we're back now to 2021. On the 4th of November 2021, I saw something. I really can't remember what is it that I saw, but what I know that whatever it is that I saw, it didn't look legit. It didn't look genuine. There was some deception about it. And the reason why I know that it didn't look legit, it did not look genuine, was that behind it was a graveyard of babies. Only babies were buried there, but this graveyard of babies, or where the place where the babies were buried, was behind something that I'm saying I cannot remember what it was, but that something looked like an honest, innocent, whatever it was, but behind it there was actually a grave where babies were buried. And this I did not physically see the babies, but I just saw the graveyard, and I knew that in the graveyard babies were buried there. This actually is a very similar dream to the one I also had on the 22nd of May 2022. So I have a dream about the deception, the graveyard where babies are buried behind something that looks legit, behind something that looks genuine, in November 2021. And then December, January, February, March, April, May, 6 months down the line, I have another dream. In this dream, then I physically saw the dead babies. And there also I just stumbled into a place that was supposed to be a hospital, but somehow the area where I stumbled into was restricted from people, so nobody was supposed to see what I saw. It was like a hidden place, but there were so many dead babies there, which it was so painful sight to actually look at, because there was just blood everywhere with this dead, so many babies dead, and I could see their tiny feet as if they'd just been born, like infants that had just been born. If you want to refer to that particular dream, you can go to the dream that I posted on the 21st of August this year, 21st of August 2024, when I was talking about the dreams regarding deception. And that one is under the playlist around about the judgment starting in the house of Yahweh. Yeah. So that particular dream is actually on the playlist for the judgment begins in the house of Yahweh. That's where I posted this particular dream about dead babies. The second dream that I had was also last year regarding the deception within the healthcare sector or the healthcare system. And this was, I had this dream on the 9th of January 2023. In this dream, it was like the hospitals were crowded everywhere. In the entire country, there was overcrowding of hospitals. Remember again, this is now last year, this is now 2023, which is post the pandemic that happened in 2020, 2021. Which means, as I said, as warning, there's going to be another pandemic, another overcrowding of hospitals, another crisis that is going to hit the country. In this particular dream, as hospitals were overcrowded, the health practitioners were actually battling to cope with the volume of patients just as the also health practitioners battled with the patients around 2020, 2021. Even in 2023, I was having this dream January. The health practitioners were coping with the volumes. In the dream, I saw my former colleague who was about to be operated, or they were about to perform a surgery upon her, and somehow she was lying on the bed, obviously waiting to be operated on. She then established that the health practitioner was going to administer a substance that would kill her. Fortunately, she was able to see this before this health practitioner administered this substance. This substance was intending to kill and to destroy her. She rose from the bed and ran away. I remember seeing my former boss in the same hospital. I whispered to him that my former colleague ran away because the health practitioner was about to administer a substance that was going to kill him. He then told my former boss then told the health practitioners that I was a family member, or rather I was his family member. And then they started treating me better on his account. But I was not a patient in the hospital as I was observing this. So again, this is a warning out there to say that there is a pandemic that is still gonna hit the earth just like it did first time around in 2020. Establish a relationship with the Most High, that when it happened, you are protected, that you do not fall for deception. Just like in this case, the health practitioners were actually deceptive. They were administering or about to administer a substance that was going to kill this former colleague of mine. If she was not aware before they administered it, as she was lying in bed, hospital bed, waiting to be operated on, or waiting for the surgery to take place, and she was warned in that particular case. I want to also refer to what I started on about how to interpret the dreams, or how Yahuwah speaks to us through dreams. That you might see someone, but that someone could just be a father figure, not necessarily that it was the boss that you saw. In my career, most of the boss, or the managers that I've had, who I used to call them boss, most of them were males. And I am fortunate to state that all the relationship that I can even think of when I was still working, I had a good relationship with my bosses, being male, but they actually were like a father figure to me. How they treated me, even with age, even those that were not necessarily big age gap between myself and them, but they always came across to me with that nurturing, mentoring aspect, which a father would do to their daughters. So in this case, I know for a fact that this father figure was referring to Yahuwah, our Father in heaven, who was the one who spoke to the health practitioners on my account and said that I was a family member. And as a result of the word that this father figure gave, that I was a family member, I was actually taken and I was actually treated better than other people on the strength of the word that was spoken by this father figure. So this is a warning again that we really need to be listening. You might have missed it first time around in 2020, but we have an opportunity to hear and heed to the warnings that we are getting in our days, as far as the times, the prophecies concerning the times of distress that will come upon the whole earth. We'll pause them at this point in time and then we'll wrap up with a few dreams that are coming.